much fakery this week, Chaz. Donald Trump's Twitter stream contained the usual criticisms of the news media, the New York Times in particular, like when they apologised for getting the election so very wrong. But the New York Times begged to differ. Trump's tweet is false. They say they never apologise for anything. OK, how about the telly? On Tuesday morning, the president liked what he was seeing on the breakfast TV show Fox and Friends. It was an interview which claimed the real Russia scandal doesn't involve associates of President Trump, but Hillary Clinton's chief of staff, John Podesta.
So tell us about John Podesta and his connection to a Kremlin-backed company.
Well, in 2011, John Podesta joins the board of this very small energy company called Juul Energy, based out of Massachusetts. About 2 months after he joins the board, a Russian entity called Rusnano puts 1 billion rubles, which is about $35 million, into John Podesta's company.
Wow, that does sound bad. But why haven't we heard about this? Steve Ducey knows.
And what are the chances of the big three networks doing the story tonight, Peter?
Well, I think it's, I've said for a long time.
It's a big story.
But maybe the real reason they didn't do the story was, as PolitiFact found, Juul is an American company, not a Russian company, and there does not appear to be anything untoward or illegal about Podesta sitting on a corporate board with a Russian banker. And yesterday, John Podesta posted a letter from his lawyer on Twitter denying he had failed to disclose his interest in Juul. Anyway, the president gave another viewing recommendation, this one on Sunday, a big old plug for another Fox News show, Judge Jeanine Pirro. But what is it that he wanted people to see?
Ryan needs to step down as Speaker of the House. The reason? He failed to deliver the votes on his health care bill, the one trumpeted to repeal and replace Obamacare.
So, while defending Paul Ryan's role in that healthcare debacle, President Trump pointed his 27 million Twitter followers to a show calling for Paul Ryan to go. A fascinating use of like-minded media, Chaz.
Yes, there is a very interesting relationship developing between some Fox News hosts and the White House. Breitbart would be jealous.
Very.
But look, I've got my own story to address here, John. You see, until now, Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin produced Hollywood movies. In fact, he has a movie out right now, Lego Batman. But then something happened which apparently got him into hot water. Mnuchin's Lego Batman mention raises ethics concerns and holy ethics disaster, Batman. Ooh, sounds ugly, John. Shall we see the ethics disaster?
And what's a movie that we should see? Well, I'm not allowed to promote anything that I'm involved in, so I just want to have the legal disclosure. You've asked me the question, and I am not promoting any product. But you should send all your kids to Lego Batman.
So was that really an ethics disaster?
Impeachable.
I'll turn that one over to guest fact-checker McBain from The Simpsons.
That's the joke.
It was a joke. He was cracking a funny. In fact, if you squint, he even looks a bit like John Oliver. Calm down, everyone. Fake news.
All right, finally, this is not so much fake news as real irony. President Trump was talking to a group of police this week about the risks of making mistakes on live television.
It's always live for me. You know, unfortunately, other guys say, make a speech, nobody cares. With me, everything's live. One mistake, and it's no good. But we just can't make mistakes, right?
We just can't make mistakes. The president says he doesn't make mistakes. And then came the very next words he spoke.
So we don't make mistakes. Go ahead, Ken.
Chuck Canterbury, the National President, Fraternal Order of Police from South Carolina.
Yeah, that's right. The guy the president just called Ken is in fact named Chuck Canterbury.
Forget fake news, John. That's fake names.